Hacking cost companies and consumers many millions of dollars each year. They're called black hat hackers. Despite being the best at what they do, they can cause a lot of harm, as history has shown. Here's a look at the top 5 most notorious hackers of all time. What they did to earn their reputations, and where they are today. Let's roll the video. One. Jonathan James. The story of Jonathan James, known as Comrade, is a tragic one. He began hacking at a young age. James was only 15 at the time, managing to hack into several commercial and government networks and being sent to prison for it, all while he was still a minor. His hacking allowed him to access over 3,000 messages from government employees, usernames, passwords, and other sensitive data. James eventually hacked into NASA's network and downloaded enough source code, assets equaling $1.7 million at the time, to learn how the International Space Station worked. NASA had to shut down its network for 3 entire weeks while they investigated the breach, costing an additional $41,000. In 2007, several high-profile companies fell victim to numerous malicious network attacks. Even though James denied any involvement, he was suspected and investigated. In 2008, James committed suicide, believing he would be convicted of crimes he didn't commit. 2. Anonymous. Anonymous may be the most well-known hacker of all time, yet also the most nebulous. Anonymous is not a single person but rather a decentralized group of hackers with no true membership or hierarchy. Anybody can act in the name of Anonymous. Since their debut in 2003, Anonymous has been credited for attacking several notable targets, including Amazon, PayPal, Sony, the Westboro Baptist Church, the Church of Scientology, parts of the dark web, and the governments of Australia, India, Syria, the United States, among dozens of others. Anonymous continues its hacktivism to this day. Since 2011, 2 related hacking groups have spawned from Anonymous, LulzSec and AntiSec. 3. Kevin Mitnick. The U.S. Department of Justice called him the most wanted computer criminal in U.S. history. Kevin Mitnick's story is so wild that it was even the basis for a featured film called Track Down. A seminal figure in American hacking, Kevin Mitnick got his start as a teen. In 1981, he was charged with stealing computer manuals from Pacific Bell. In 1982 he hacked the North American Defense Command, which inspired the 1983 film War Games. In 1989, he hacked Digital Equipment Corporation's network and made copies of their software. Because DEC was a leading computer manufacturer at the time, this act put Mitnick on the map. He was later arrested, convicted and sent to prison. During his conditional release, he hacked Pacific Bell's voicemail systems. Throughout his hacking career, Mitnick didn't exploit the access and data he'd obtained. While it's widely believed that he once obtained full control of Pacific Bell's network, Mitnick wasn't out to exploit the results, but wanted to prove it could be done. A warrant was issued for his arrest for the Pacific Bell incident, but he fled and was in hiding for more than 2 years. When caught, he went to prison for multiple counts of wire fraud and computer fraud. Mitnick ultimately went white hat, but according to Wired, in 2014, he launched Mitnick's Absolute Zero-Day Exploit Exchange, which sells unpatched, critical software exploits to the highest bidder. Mitnick was eventually caught and convicted with a 5-year prison sentence. After fully serving those years, he became a consultant and public speaker for computer security. He now runs Mitnick Security Consulting Organization. 4. Gary McKinnon. Also known as Solo on the internet, allegedly coordinated what would become the largest military computer hack of all time. Over a 13-month period from February 2001 to March 2002, McKinnon illegally accessed 97 computers belonging to the U.S. Armed Forces and NASA. He claimed he was only searching for information on free energy suppression and UFO cover-ups, but according to U.S. authorities he deleted a number of critical files and rendered over 300 computers inoperable, resulting in over $700,000 in damages. Being of Scottish descent and operating out of the United Kingdom, McKinnon was able to dodge the American government until 2005, when he faced extradition. After a series of appeals, Theresa May blocked his extradition on the grounds that he was seriously ill and that extradition would be incompatible with his human rights. 5. Guccifer 2.0. Who is Guccifer 2.0? Nobody knows for sure. It could be a person, or a group masquerading as a person. The name pays homage to a Romanian hacker, known as Guccifer, who often targeted US government officials and others of political prominence. During the 2016 US presidential election, the Democratic National Convention's network was hacked. Thousands of documents were leaked on WikiLeaks and elsewhere. Many believe that Guccifer 2.0 is a cover for Russian intelligence, but in an interview with Vice, Guccifer 2.0 claimed he was Romanian and not Russian. Guccifer 2.0 disappeared just before the 2016 US presidential election, then reappeared once in January 2017 to assert that he had no ties to Russian intelligence. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this video, please hit that like button below and subscribe my channel. See you in next video.